Notice that the ones you start to create more elliptical shapes, it creates its own layer. Now, if you want to delete it, you have to delete the layer. And over here, you have a little garbage bin down at the bottom. You click on that garbage bin, and it gives you the option to delete. So you can actually delete these layers. So I'm going to delete the layers here. So, as Dominic suggested, instead of having to create a new circle, I'm going to simply copy the layer. It's not really copy, the term that they use is duplicate. Hold on, let me bring up Microsoft Word. Well, it's because I don't have the chalkboard to type. No, all right. So in order to duplicate layers. So in order to duplicate your layers, you're going to press Ctrl J to duplicate it. So that is the shortcut to duplicate your layer. So you see this red circle, make sure that it is selected in your layers panel, and you press Ctrl J. And you see what happened? It says red circle copy. Now, you're probably wondering where that red circle is. What happened? You see, when you duplicate a layer, it duplicates it exactly on top of the shape. So what you have to do, you have to use your move tool and move it out of the way. So now we have two separate layers. We have, let me just move this over to the side. So we have this red circle here, and we have this one here. However, the circle, by the way, so the little eye that is beside the layer, if you click on it, that eye turns off the visibility on and off. So you can turn off the visibility for your layers by clicking on the eye. You see this little padlock up here? If you click on it, you can lock the layer so that you don't accidentally select it. Or you press back the padlock again to unlock it. All right. So what I want to do, I'm going to sample this green color that I have here. I'm going to sample the green color. So what I do is that I simply open up my picker, the foreground picker, and simply hover the mouse over this and click on the green, and it samples that green color right there. And what I'm going to do, you're going to be using the paint bucket. So the paint bucket, it is shared with the gradient tool. So if you're not seeing the paint bucket, look, if you see, what you have to do, sometimes you have to click and hold, and you will see a number of options for different tools. But if you click and hold here, you will see that the gradient tool, and you see the paint bucket. What I'm going to do now is simply click on it. But notice when I try to paint that color, this is the message that you're seeing. It says, this shape layer must be rasterized before proceeding. Rasterize the shape. And I'm going to click OK. And what that does is that it changes the type of layer. So now this is a rasterized layer, meaning it's now pixelated. Now when I click on it now, that will allow me to change the color of that circle. I'm going to rename this. So instead of it being red circle copy, I'm going to name it green circle. Because what the objectives of this assignment is to learn how to label our layers, how to create new layers, how to duplicate layers, how to paint, how to create shapes. So we're basically learning the basics from everything. All right. How this works is that whatever layer is at the top is the layer that will be showing above. So right now we notice that the green circle layer is above the red circle. However, if I was to click and drag the red circle above the green circle, you see that? Notice that the red circle is now above the green circle. So what you have to bear in mind, whatever layer is at the top will be shown in front. Whatever is below, so if I move back down the red circle, notice that the green color is showing above the red color. So that's very important to note. I'm going to go ahead and rasterize the red circle. So I'm going to right click, rasterize the layer for the red circle. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to duplicate again. Control, to remember to duplicate a layer is Control J. So what I do is I select the layer and I press Control J, and notice that you see the layer duplicated in the layer panel. I'm going to use my move tool. So I click on the move tool at the top here, and I'm going to click and move that out. So now we have this circle here. I'm going to now change the color. I'm going to paint this yellow. So I can go into my foreground picker, sample this yellow color, click OK.
Okay,
And
yes.
then now I'm going to go to the paint bucket and click on that. And now I have the yellow circle. And then I'm going to, over here, notice when it duplicates the name, green circle copy. But it's not green circle copy. I'm going to rename it yellow circle. So I double click on the name here and rename it yellow circle. And press enter. So now we have three layers. We have our yellow circle, we have the green circle, and we have the red circle. And remember, whichever one is at the top is in front. So if I was to use my move tool and move the yellow circle is above the red. It's above the green, and it's also above the color circle. The green circle is second. So that means that it's above the red, it's below the yellow, and it's above the picture, the circle picture here. You see the circle image here? This is the last one that is at the bottom. So it's very important that you understand the order of your layers. So we'll have the yellow circle here. Remember, you select the layer and you go into your move tool. All right. I'm going to duplicate the yellow circle. Can anybody tell me what is the shortcut to duplicate?
Control J.
Control J, yes. So you press Control, so you select yellow circle, you press Control J. Notice it creates another duplicate. I'm going to use the move tool and move that up. We're going to now go into our foreground picker. You double click on that to bring that up, and you just hover the mouse over the blue color, and what happens is that it samples the color, and that gives you your RGB and CMYK values. So we basically sample the blue color. We click OK. We're going to click on our paint bucket tool, and then now we're going to click on this yellow circle and repaint it blue. And then we'll go over to our layer here, and we're going to rename it blue circle. Now, I know that this seems very simple, but this activity achieves certain things. One, It shows you how to use the paint tool. It shows you how to organize your layers. It shows you how to use the move tool. It shows you how the importance of ordering your layers. So basically, we're learning certain objectives when we're doing this activity. And we're learning how to duplicate our layers as well. So we have the blue circle. Once again, I'm going to duplicate the blue circle, press Ctrl J, duplicate it again. I'm going to click on the move tool and move it up. And we're going to click on the foreground color picker here, double click on that. I'm going to hover over the purple color, and that samples the purple color. You click OK. Notice it set the foreground color there. Go to our paint bucket tool and click on that circle. And you have your purple color.